Hi guys, this is Freddy. I'm here to read you a story about Donald Duck and his three nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. This story is called Good Deeds. Here we go. Donald Duck is sitting under a tree. He's reading a book titled Words of Wise Men. He says, "Good luck is a gift. No man can sell it and no man can buy it." Great stuff, great stuff. Huey, Dewey, and Louie come running. They say, "Hey, Uncle Donald, we want to tell you something." "We just bought a rabbit's foot," says Huey. Dewey says, "From an old Indian. He said it will bring us good luck." Donald says, "What? That can't be true." He says, "Good luck charms are all hocus pocus. It says it here in this book. This book is titled Words of Wise Men." Huey, Louie, and Dewey say, "That book is corny. The old Indian said that while we own this foot, we'll be so lucky that nothing can harm us." Wow, that sounds like a good rabbit's foot there. Donald does not believe what they're saying. He said, "You are such suckers believing stuff like that." The boys say, "Oh, is that so? Come on, let's find some danger and try it out. We dare you, Uncle Donald." They're going over towards a bridge that goes over the river. "Look, Uncle Donald," they say. "We bet that we can cross this old footbridge and it won't even break. But the sign says, 'Danger, this bridge is condemned by the Park Council.'" So Uncle Donald says, "Okay, go ahead. I don't think it will bring you very much luck." The boys run over the bridge and it starts cracking, and I wonder if it's going to hold up. They say, "Gee, the bridge is shaking awfully bad. But our rabbit's foot will give us luck and will hold it up." Let's see if that really happens, huh? "There," they say, "we made it across, Uncle Donald. See? Our rabbit's foot gave us lots of luck." Donald says, "Ah, pooey, that was not the rabbit's foot. This bridge will hold up," and I wonder what he's going to say. I think he's going to say an elephant. But once Donald gets out on the bridge, it starts cracking, and it sure looks like that bridge is not going to hold up, Uncle Donald. What do you think? Let's try and see. Sure enough, Donald fell in the water with a big splash. The whole bridge broke. "Now," Huey, Dewey, and Louie say, "do you still say that our rabbit's foot isn't lucky, Uncle Donald?" But Uncle Donald still doesn't believe it. He says, "Pooey, this test wasn't fair. Wait till I get out. I will give you a real test for that phony charm." Okay, now they got to the amusement park. Donald said, "Okay, if that bunny paw is such a whiz, let's see if it gets you a free ride on those captive planes there." Huey, Dewey, and Louie say, "That will be easy, Uncle Donald." Donald says, "I will tag along. I want to watch this." "Well," Donald says, "come on, boys. What are you waiting for? You're going to get a free ride on those airplanes, right?" Huey, Dewey, and Louie say, "The engineer seems to be having trouble. I wonder what's wrong with the ride." The engineer says to them, "Hey, boys, will you do me a favor?" Huey, Dewey, and Louie say, "Sure, mister." "Well," he says, "why don't you take a ride in these planes while I check the controls? It's all free. It won't cost you anything." Donald can't believe his eyes. It sure looks like they're pretty lucky now. And see, now they're up, flying around in the airplanes. They say to Uncle Donald, "See what our rabbit's foot did, Uncle Donald." Uncle Donald still won't believe it. "Don't bother me, I'm trying to think," he says. Huey, Dewey, and Louie say, "Have you thought up another test, Uncle Donald?" And he says, "Let me see, give me time." He's thinking now. Huey, Dewey, and Louie see something. "Hey, look over there by the zoo. I wonder what is happening." Something is definitely happening. Look at Uncle Donald's face. All the people are running out of the zoo. They say, "Help, Scram! The gorilla has broken out of his cage. Run for your lives." Oh no, that's not good. A gorilla that broke out of his cage? That can't be good. Let's see what happens. There he is. He sure is big, and he looks mean, huh? He comes out of the gate with a big roar. He has big teeth and a very mad face. "Come on," Uncle Donald says. "We're getting out of here. Let's all run," he says to the boys. But Huey, Dewey, and Louie say, "Not us, Uncle Donald. We have nothing to fear. Our rabbit's foot will protect us." Donald doesn't believe it, so he's trying to pull them the other way. Now the gorilla is coming. He sure looks like he's big. Wow, I wonder what's going to happen now. Donald runs up the tree. He's not going to be eaten by a gorilla. I'm not going to be murdered. Goodbye," he says, and he runs up the tree. The boys, they are not afraid of the gorilla because they have the rabbit's foot, so they think it will protect them. They say, "Hello, Mr. Gorilla." The gorilla looks at them. Donald sits up in the tree. He says, "I can't look. I wonder what's going to happen." Huey says, "We have got a lucky rabbit's foot, see?" He shows it to the gorilla. And Dewey is in the gorilla's other hand. It sure doesn't look good. I wonder what's going to happen now. Oh, look at that. The gorilla puts them down. It looks like they're lucky. It looks like he wants to be their friend. Oh, that's good. Then the gorilla goes over to the peanut stand. The boys say, "I wonder what he's up to. It looks like he wants to get some peanuts." Then the gorilla gets 3 bags of peanuts and goes over to the boys and gives the bags to the boys. They say, "He is bringing us 3 bags of peanuts. That's a nice gorilla." "Hey, Uncle Donald," they say. "Now do you believe in our rabbit's foot? See how lucky we are? The gorilla doesn't even hurt us." Donald says, "Go away. I'm hiding." He's hiding behind the tree. He's still afraid of the gorilla. The gorilla decides, "I think I'm going to go get Uncle Donald." So he runs up the tree, roars at Uncle Donald. Uncle Donald seems like he's really scared now. I wonder what's going to happen. Donald thinks that he can jump out of the tree, but no such luck, because underneath the tree there's some big alligators that would like to eat Uncle Donald. So he is in a real pinch now. I wonder what he's going to do. The gorilla grabs the branch and he tries to shake off Uncle Donald. That is not good. The boy says, "We'll get a boat and save you, Uncle Donald." And the alligators are snapping their mouths to try and get Uncle Donald. Donald is holding on to the branch and the gorilla is shaking him. Donald says, "You can't get the boats because they're locked." But the boys come to the boats and say, yes, we can, Uncle Donald. This little claw on the rabbit's foot can unlock the locks. So we got a boat, so we're going to come and save you now. Donald jumps off the branch and right down into the boat. Wow, that was just in time, he says. Now, he says, boys, I'm beginning to think there's something in that rabbit's foot after all. The gorilla is mad that he couldn't get Uncle Donald. So, Uncle Donald says, in fact, I think I'll borrow the rabbit's foot for a little while. Then he's thinking that maybe he can beat up the gorilla and be a hero if he has the rabbit's foot. Let's see if that works. But the boy says, no, you cannot borrow our rabbit's foot, Uncle Donald, because it won't work for anybody but the owners. The old Indian said so. So if we give the rabbit's foot to you, it just won't work. Donald says, bah, that is just superstition. Just give me the rabbit's foot, and I will show you how lucky I am. Oh, now Uncle Donald is rowing the boat back towards the gorilla. He says, oh, look at the people on the beach there. They say, look at that brave little man. He's going to face the gorilla alone. He is a hero. Well, let's see if the rabbit's foot really helps him this time. Poor Uncle Donald, the boys say. Stealing our rabbit's foot will bring him bad luck. I think so too. Let's see what happens. Donald says, okay, rabbit's foot, do your stuff now. He gives us the rabbit's foot and then hopes it will give him lots of luck. Donald is facing the gorilla now. He says, come on, missing link, you're going back to the lockup. Donald really thinks he can beat the gorilla now. I don't think he can, though. The gorilla has a big, scary face. Look at the teeth. He says, roar, at Uncle Donald. Donald says, wait a minute, I've got a rabbit's foot. That should make me lucky so I can beat you. But the gorilla doesn't hear what he says. He just says, roar, and wants to beat Uncle Donald. And sure enough, I think Donald is going to get beat up by the gorilla. He says, help, help, save me. The boys say, poor Uncle Donald, we can't look. I wonder what's going to happen to him. Oh, all the people on the beach say, oh, goody, here comes the fire department. I guess the fire department maybe they can break up the fight. And sure enough, the fire department is coming with all their big hoses, and they are hosing down both the gorilla and Uncle Donald. They say nothing tames man or beast like good stream of cold water. So now, I guess the gorilla got put back in its cage, and the boys and Uncle Donald are going back home. Now the boys say, give us back our rabbit's foot, Uncle Donald. It didn't work for you. It only works for us. Donald seems pretty mad, though. Okay, he says, here it is. Now it is going to get a real test. So he gives the rabbit's foot back to the boys, and let's see what he's up to now. See if that phony, fake rabbit's foot will keep you from getting the licking of your lives, he says. He is reaching for that leather strap that's hanging on the clock. I think he's going to spank the boys. Let's see what happens. Well, he pulls at the leather strip, but the whole clock falls off the wall. That's not good. It looks like the clock is falling on Donald, I think. Let's see if that happens. Sure enough, the clock just fell right on his head with a big clunk. And that was a timeout for Uncle Donald, I think. Now Donald is in bed with bandages all over his head because that clock fell right on his head. The boys say, Uncle Donald, if we see that old Indian, shall we buy a rabbit's foot for you? And Donald, he doesn't want to have anything more to do with rabbit's foots. So he says, forget it, forget it. And that's the end of the story. I hope you had fun listening. Bye-bye.